Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, all. Okay. Is it audible or not? I didn't get any response from you. That's why I'm asking. Is it audible? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So, students, what about your Vishu celebration? Did you celebrate it well? Okay. So, in the last class, we were discussing about the lens formula and magnification formula for the lens, right? Do you remember all these points about the lens formula and all? Okay, Anjali Priya,
Yes,
what do you
ma'am.
mean by lens formula? What is our lens formula?
1 by f is equal to
Hmm.
1 by v minus 1 by u.
Yes, very good. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Can you differentiate each terms? What is f, v, and u stands for?
F is for focal length of lens,
Yes,
and
very
v
good.
is for image distance of length, and u
Good.
is for object distance of length.
Okay, good. Then Sania, what is the focal length of concave lens and that of convex lens? Is it positive or negative? Focal length of concave.
Concave length is negative and
Okay,
focal length of convex length is positive.
very good. The next one, Jerilyn. Magnification formula for lens.
Equal to h dash by h,
Yes, what do you mean by h dash and h?
height of the object, image distance and object distance.
No, h dash and h. What is h dash stands for? Height of the image. Height of the image, and h for
Height of object.
height of the object. Okay, all right, very good. Gauri, we have one more equation for calculating the magnification. What is that?
M is equal to v by u.
M is equal to V by U. Is it for mirror or lens? I asking the magnification formula for lens. M is equal to, for lens, what is the equation for calculating the magnification? I think Adulya can help you. Adulya, what is the second equation for calculating the magnification for lens? M is equal to
V by U.
positive V by U or negative V by U? That is what is I'm asking.
Positive V by U.
M is equal to positive V by U in the case of lens. Who is next? Shania. What is the equation for calculating the magnification in the case of lens?
M equal to v by u.
Ah, yes. For the lens, sorry. For the lens, we have M is equal to V by U. So it's right. Gauri, Adulya, and Shania. So M is equal to V by U, positive V by U. In the case of mirror, we have magnification M is equal to negative V by U. And in the case of lens, M is equal to positive V by U. And what is this V and U stands for, Shania? V and U?
This v stands for distance of image.
Image. And U?
V stands for distance of object.
Distance of object. All right, very good. Kshetra, if the magnification M is equal to 1, what about the size of the image form? If magnification M is equal to 1, what about the size of the image? Same size, good. Gautam, if magnification M is less than 1, what about the size?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
can you repeat one more time?
If the value of the magnification is less than 1, what about the size of the image?
Ma'am, it is enlarged.
Less than 1. If magnification M is less than 1.
Diminished.
Yes, it is diminished or small in size. Okay. Then Elsa, if the magnification value M is greater than 1, what about the size? Elsa,
Can you say another?
if the magnification value M is greater than 1, what about the size of the image form?
Image that small.
Is it small in size? If m is greater than 1,
Enlarged.
it is enlarged. So depending upon the value of the magnification, we can predict the size of the image form. That is, if m is equal to 1, we get an image that is same as that of the object. If m is less than 1, the size of the image formed will be smaller or it is diminished. If m is greater than 1, then the size of the image is enlarged. That is, we get a higher image. Okay. Now, depending upon the sign of magnification, we can predict the nature of the image, right? So, Abin, if magnification is positive, what about the nature of the image form? If m is
Vir-
positive,
Virtual and direct.
very good, it's virtual and direct. Then, Sovel, if m is negative, what about the nature of the image form?
Real and inverted.
Real and inverted. All right, very good. So students, we have one more topic, that is power of lens. Did we discuss the topic in the class? Power of lens? Yes or no? Did we discuss the topic power of lens?
No.
No. Okay, all right. So students, we can study the next topic, that is power of lens. So all of you write the next heading, power of lens. Did we discuss the sign Cartesian convention rules for spherical lens? Sign
No, ma'am.
Cartesian. Okay. So before the power of lens, we can discuss the sign convention for spherical lens. Sign convention. So write the heading, sign convention for spherical lens. Sign convention for spherical lens. Sign convention for spherical lens. So students, in the case of spherical mirror, we have a set of sign conventions are there. Did you remember the sign convention in the case of spherical mirror? I will give you a clue, then you can recollect all the other points. According to New Cartesian sign convention, we have 6 rules are there. The first rule is this: the object is always placed on the left side of the mirror. Did you remember the sign convention rule? We have nearly 5 or 6 rules are there in order to, when we are considering about the object, when we are placed the object in front of a mirror. So the first rule is this: the object is always placed on the left side of the mirror. Can you recall the second rule? What about the second rule according to sign convention? Ah, yes, unmute and answer. It's right. All the distance that is parallel to the principal axis is measured from where?
From pole.
Yes, from the pole of the mirror, right? And the third rule, all the distance that is measured towards the right taken
Positive.
positive value. All the distance that is measured towards the left to take
Negative.
very good, negative value. All the distance that is measured above the principal axis takes
Positive.
positive, and all the distance that is measured below the principal axis takes
Negative.
negative value. So similar, just similar to this case of spherical mirror, we have a set of new Cartesian sign convention for spherical lens. So here also we have a set of new Cartesian sign convention rule for spherical lens. The rules are exactly the same. Some terms are actually different. So I will show the points. Okay. So here we have a set of sign convention in the case of lens. Okay, set of sign convention. The first law is says that the object is always placed to the left of the lens. In the case of mirror, we are saying the object is always placed on the left side of the mirror. But here we are considering in the case of spherical lens, the object is always placed to the left side of the lens. This is our first rule. First rule is this: in the case of a spherical lens, the object is always placed to the left side of the lens. The second rule is also exactly the same, but there is an except in the case of the center of the reflecting surface of the lens. All the distance parallel to the principal axis are measured from the optic center O of the lens. In the case of mirror, instead of optic center, we have a reflecting surface that is known as pole. So in that case, we are discussing all the distance parallel to the principal axis are measured from the pole of the mirror. But in the case of a lens, instead of pole, we have a center for the refracting surface, and that center is nothing, it is our optic center. So here we can say all the distance that is parallel to the principal axis are measured from the optic center of the lens. This is our second rule according to the new Cartesian sign convention system. Then the third and fourth rules are exactly the same. The third rule says that all the distance that is measured to the right of the optic center, all the distance measured to the right of the optic center are taken positive values. Then the next rule, all the distance that is measured to the left of the optic center is taken negative values. And the fifth and sixth rule are combined together here. That is, all the distance that is measured above the principal axis is taken positive value. And all the distance that is measured below the principal axis are taken negative values. So these are the sign convention in the case of spherical lens. So the sign convention rules are exactly same as in the case of the spherical mirror. Only the difference you can see here. Here the object is placed on the left side of the lens instead of mirror. Here we are using the lens. And in the second rule also, all the distance that is measured parallel to the principal axis is measured from the optic center O of the lens. In the case of mirror, instead of this optic center, we have pole. But in the case of lens, we have optic center as the refracting center of the lens. And the remaining four rules are the same. Here in 3 and 4, the two rules are combined. All the distance measured to the right of the optic center take positive, and all the distance that is measured left of the optic center is taken negative. All the distance that is measured above the principal axis is taken positive, and all the distance that is measured below the principal axis are taken negative. You don't need to copy the entire sentence or all. You can just understand these rules and you can write it in your own words, no problem. So these are the sign convention for refraction by spherical lens. So just similar to the case of spherical mirror, here also we need to follow a set of sign conventions. That sign convention is known as new Cartesian sign convention for spherical lens. So here you can use this note while doing the numericals. So while solving the numerical problems, new Cartesian sign conventions must be used for substituting the known values of u, v, f, h, and r, where u is the object distance, v is the image distance, f is the focal length, h is the height of the object, and r is the radius. Okay. So students, according to sign convention, what about the sign of u? U is the object distance. What about the sign of u? According to sign convention, the object is always placed on the left side. And all the distance that is measured towards the left is taken negative values. So can you guess what about the value of u in numericals?
Negative.
Negative. U is always negative. Whether it is a mirror or lens, the object distance is always negative according to our sign convention. Because according to sign convention, the object is always placed on the left side of the lens. Okay. Is it finished?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You can compare the sign convention rules for spherical mirror and lens. Both are exactly the same except in the case of optic center and pole. Here in the case of lens, all the distance are measured from optic center. In the case of mirror, all the distance are measured from the pole of the mirror. Because in the case of mirror, pole is the center. In the case of lens, optic center is the center of the refracting surface of the lens. And all the other rules are same. Okay. So can we move to the next topic? The next topic is power of lens. Power. Power of a lens. Power of a lens. Power of a lens is represented by the letter P, capital letter P. And the power of a lens can be calculated using the equation P is equal to 1 divided by small letter f. P is equal to 1 by f. What is f represents? What is f represents? Small letter f.
Focal length.
Yes, it is the focal length. F represents the focal length. So from this equation, we can form a definition for power of a lens. That is, power of a lens means it is the reciprocal of the focal length. What is the definition for power of lens? It is the reciprocal of the focal length. It is the reciprocal of focal length. So in case if you are not remembering this definition, at least you just remember this equation, how we can calculate the power of a lens. The power of a lens can be calculated using the equation P is equal to 1 by F, where P is the power of lens, F is the focal length. And using this equation, we can recall the definition for power of a lens. Power of a lens is nothing. It is the reciprocal of focal length. That is why we are representing it is in the form of 1 divided by f. P is not equal to f. P is equal to 1 by f. That is power of a lens is the reciprocal of focal length. Now we can write what is the unit of power of lens. The unit of power of lens is nothing. It is known as diopter. How it is pronounced? How we can pronounce the unit of power of lens? It is diopter. Diopter, and it is represented by the letter capital D. So instead of writing this diopter, you can denote it with the help of the symbol letter, capital letter D. So in meter, the length is expressed in meter, but instead of writing meter, we are used to write M. Like that, here the power of lens is expressed in terms of diopter, but instead of writing this diopter, we can represent it with the help of the letter D. Okay, now I will give you a note, an important point that you may please note here. Power of a concave lens. Power of a concave lens. Can you guess what about the power of a concave lens? Power of a concave lens is always negative or positive? Just make a guess.
Negative.
Yes, very good. The power of a concave lens is always negative. Why? Because the power of the focal length of concave lens is negative. So the power of a concave lens is always negative. Similarly, what about the power of a convex lens? Then what is the power of a convex lens? Power of a convex lens is
Positive.
positive. Very good. So when you study about the topic power of lens, you must recollect these points also. What happens to the power of a concave lens and that of the convex lens? The power of a concave lens is always negative and that of the convex lens is always positive. This will be helpful for doing the numericals. Sometimes the power of the lens is given and you may ask you to find out the nature or the type of the lens. I will give you one problem like that now itself. Is it finished? Power of lens. So what is the equation for calculating the power of lens?
P
Yes,
is equal to 1 by F.
P is equal to 1 by F. Justin, what is the unit of power of lens? Unmute and answer. What is the unit? Justin. Okay, Revu, what is the unit of power of lens? Oh, yes. D, or it is the diopter. The unit of power of lens is diopter and we are representing it with the letter D. Okay. Then Gautam, power of a concave lens. What about the power of concave lens? Is it positive or negative? Unmute and answer. Please switch on your video, Gautam. Jaslyn, what about the power of a concave? Ah, yes. Power of a concave lens is negative. Jaslyn, what about the power of convex lens?
Positive.
It is positive. So now I will give you a question. Suppose a doctor prescribed to a patient the power of lens with a lens with power plus 2.5 diopter. The doctor prescribed to a patient a lens with power plus 2.5 diopter. Then students, can you guess the nature of the lens? What is the type of the lens here the doctor prescribed to the patient?
Convex.
Yes, it is convex in nature. How you identify?
Positive.
Yes, very good. Because the power of a convex lens is always positive. So from this value itself, we can say the doctor prescribed a convex lens to the patient. Okay. Similarly, sometimes it may be asked, the doctor prescribed a lens with the power negative 1.5 diopter. Then can you identify the type of the lens that is prescribed here?
Concave.
Yes, it is concave. Very good. Because the power of a concave lens is always negative. Okay. So I hope this topic is clear, right? So once again, we can recall what about the power of lens. Srihari, can you define what you mean by the power of lens?
Power of length is the reciprocal of focal length.
Reciprocal of focal length. Okay, very good. Adulya, equation for calculating the power of lens.
P equal to 1 by X.
Very good. Karthik, unit of power of lens. Karthik, unmute and answer. All of you, please switch on your video.
One by
What is the unit? Not the equation. What is the unit for calculating the power of lens?
P.
Yes. D. D for diopter. All right. Then Melija, can you recall the first rule for new Cartesian sign convention for the spherical lens? The first rule.
The object is placed to left of the lens.
Nicely reading. Now, without looking through the book, you can say, what is the first rule? What is the first rule for the new Cartesian sign convention for spherical lens? Yes. Object
The
is always
object-
placed on the
Left.
yes, left side of what?
Left
Is
of
it
the
mirror or
lens.
lens? Yes, the object is always placed on the left side of the lens. Jerilyn, second rule.
All distance parallel to the principal axis are measured from the optic center.
Yes, very good. All the distance that is parallel to the principal axis is measured from the optic center. In the case of lens, we have optic center. But in the case of spherical mirror, we have pole. Okay. Shania, third rule.
All distance that is measured towards the right is positive.
Yes, all the distance that is measured towards the right of the optic center is taken positive values. Good. Sriram, next rule. Sriram. Okay, next, Emerin, the same question. What about, yes, Sriram, you can continue now. Elsa, what about the next rule?
All those measured to the left are negative.
Okay, all the distance that is measured to the left side of the optic center is taken negative value. Okay, all right. Then next one, Justin, next rule. Justin, unmute and answer. Dominic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Justin, continue. The fifth rule, all the distance that is measured above the principal axis is taken positive value or negative value, that I wanted to know. Dominic, what about the fifth rule? Gauri?
And distance measured above the principal axis are taken as positive.
Very good. All the distance that is measured above the principal axis is taken positive value. Sean, the last rule.
Measured below it's negative.
Yes, very good. All the distance that is measured below the principal axis is taken negative values. All right. So I hope all these topics are clear, right? Now we can do some numericals based on this chapter. So here you have the first question. A concave lens has focal length 15 centimeter. At what distance should the object from the lens be placed so that it forms an image at 10 centimeter from the lens? Also find the magnification produced by the lens. So what are the parameters are given in this question?
Focal length.
Yes, very good. The focal length is given. Focal length can be represented by the letter F. F is equal to 15 centimeter. Can you identify the type of the lens? What is the type of the lens here?
Concave.
Yes, it is concave lens. What about the focal length of a concave lens?
Negative.
Negative. So you must put a negative sign here. Okay, so in the question, it is given as positive 15 centimeter, but here we are considering a concave lens, and we already studied that for a concave lens, the focal length is always negative. So you must put a negative sign for the focal length. That is why F is equal to negative 15 centimeter. And what are the other parameters are given? At what distance should the object from the lens be placed so that it forms an image at 10 centimeter from the lens? So what is the other parameter is given?
U.
Yes. Yes.
Infinity.
Image distance.
Image distance. Very good. And how we can represent the image distance? Using which letter?
U.
U. U is object distance. Yeah, yes, very good. Image distance can be represented by V. V is given as 10 centimeter. 10. But again, we must consider what type of lens is provided in this question. What is the type of lens provided in this question?
Concave.
Concave. And for a concave lens, where we get the image? In which side? Is it on behind the lens or on the same side of the lens? In the case of concave lens. In the case
Behind.
of concave lens, we have only two cases. The first case is the object can be placed at infinity. And the second case, the object can be placed anywhere between infinity and that of the optic center. If you place the object at infinity, where do you get the image in the case of a concave lens?
Focus
you-
on
At the focus, we have two focus, f1 and f2 in the case of lens. In which focus you get the image? Is it is on f2 or f1?
F1.
F1. Where is this f1 is situated? On the same side of the lens or behind the lens? That is my question.
Same side.
Same side, right? That is where we are placing the object. On that side itself, we get the image. So here the image is obtained on the left side of the lens, which means the image distance is also consisting of a negative sign. Because according to our sign convention, all the distance that is measured towards the left side take negative values. So here the image is formed on the same side of the lens, that is on the left side. So you must put a negative sign here. Now, what we want to find out, at what distance should the object is formed? At what distance the object is formed? So we want to find out the object distance u. We have the focal length and the image distance, and we need to calculate the object distance u. How we can calculate the object distance using these two parameters? Which equations that we are used to here? How we can calculate the object distance? What is the relation which connecting the focal length, image distance, and object
1
distance?
by F minus 1 by V.
Yes. Yes, we can use the length formula. Very good. 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. So here we can use our mirror formula. 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. Right? And here we want to calculate the object distance. So we can take this 1 by U to this side. So it becomes positive. That is 1 by U is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by F. You just rearrange the lens formula, then only you get the equation like this. 1 by U is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by F. When we take this 1 by U to this side, it becomes positive because here 1 by U is negative. So we take the 1 by U to the next side of that of the equal sign, it becomes positive. So 1 by V minus 1 by F. So this is the equation for calculating the image distance, that is 1 by U is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by F. Now we can just substitute all the values. So 1 by U is equal to 1 by negative 10 minus 1 by negative 15. That is 1 by U is equal to minus 1 by 10. Minus of minus becomes? Minus of minus become? It is positive. Yes. So minus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 15. Okay. So 1 by U is equal to minus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 15. Okay. Now we can take the LCM because here the denominators are not same. So we can find the LCM and make it as a common denominator. So what is the LCM of 10 and 15? What is LCM of 10 and 15?
5.
Yes, 5 here, 2 and 3. The LCM is 5 into 2 into 3. What is the
30.
LCM? 30. Yes, very good. 30. So we can make this denominators are same. So it becomes 1 by U is equal to, here we have minus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 15. So in order to make the denominator as 30, we want to multiply it with the numerator and denominator with the 3. So it becomes minus 1 into 3 divided by 10 into 3 plus 1 into 2 divided by 15 into 2. So it becomes 1 by u is equal to minus 3 divided by 30 plus 2 divided by 30. Right? 1 by u is equal to minus 3 by 30 plus 2 by 30. That is 1 by u is equal to minus 3 plus 2 divided by the common denominator 30. That is 1 by u is equal to, what is minus 3 plus 2?
-1.
Yes, it is minus 1, negative 1. Negative 1 divided by 30. 1 by u is equal to minus 1 by 30. Here we want to calculate the object distance u, not the 1 by u. So what we want to do? You just take the reciprocal. So 1 by u is equal to negative 1 by 30. Here we have 1 by u is equal to minus 1 by 30, which implies u is equal to negative 30 divided by 1. What is negative 30 by 1? Negative 30 itself. Negative 30 centimeter. So we get the object distance u is equal to negative 30 centimeter. Clear? So the first question is over. At what distance should the object from the lens be placed that it forms an image at a 10 centimeter from the lens? So the object should be placed at a distance of 30 centimeter from the lens. Then only we get the image at a distance of 10 centimeter. Okay. So here we get one more parameter, that is u. Object distance u is equal to minus 30 centimeter. Now we have a sub question. Also find the magnification produced by the lens. What is the equation for calculating the magnification? M is equal to, we have two equation, height of the image divided by height of the object. That is M is equal to h dash by h. But we cannot use that equation here because the height of the image and that of the object is not provided. So which equation we can use here to calculate the magnification?
M equal
Negative
to
E by U.
by u.
Yes, M is equal to positive E by U or negative E by U?
Negative.
No,
Positive.
lens, positive. Very good. M is equal to positive V by U. Negative V by U is in the case of spherical mirror. Here we are consider the case of lens. So the magnification formula for lens, M is equal to positive V by U. So substitute the value of image distance and object distance, we get M is equal to, what is the value of V? Negative
Negative
10 divided by U,
Negative 30.
negative 30. Very good. Then what happens to this negative sign? They will cancel. So M is equal to 10 divided by 30. What is 10 divided by 30?
1 by 3.
Yes, 1 by 3. 1 by 3 means we
Three.
get 0.33. M is equal to 0.33. Does the magnification have any unit? Magnification doesn't possess any unit. Okay. So, students, from this value of magnification, can you predict the nature and size of the image form?
Diminished.
Yes, the size of the image is diminished. Why?
Less
Size
than 1.
is diminished. Very good. Because here the value of the magnification is less than 1. So we can say the size is diminished in nature, diminished in size. And what about their nature of the image? Nature?
And real. Virtual and erect.
Yes, it is virtual and erect. Virtual and erect. Because here the magnification is positive. So the nature of the image formed will be virtual and erect. Clear? So depending upon the value of the magnification, we can predict the size and nature of the image form. Since the value is 0.33, that is the value less than 1, we can say the image formed will be small or diminished in its size. And depending upon the sign, here we get positive 0.33. So the nature is virtual and erect. This problem is clear? Okay. Okay. So we can wind up today's class. Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.